Morning, YouTube. How you doing today? Dave in Kentucky. Still got that morning voice. Still waking up. Got a little coffee there. Today, I kind of decided to use some razors that I had gotten in. I'm going to use one razor today, but I got these group of about, I forget, 8, 10 razors that came in boxes like this, usually a black or a dark green, and they seem to be like an advertiser with no information. And Freddie on DFS was using one that looked very similar to one of mine, so I asked him about it, and he was looking for information too. So reason is they don't give you a lot of information about the manufacturer. This one here gave me a little bit of a clue. It's got it where it sits in there like that, and it had in here information on the blades themselves, which are just a heavy wedge style blade. It says extra adaline blades included. So I looked up adaline, and it said, I looked that up in my weights compendium. It said to go to the Unsinger Adaline Advertisers. So Unsinger Razor Blade Company in Fremont, Ohio is actually the one that made these specialty razors, basically advertisers for people. You can see it here, the different variations of boxes, and then they have some others with a longer handle like the one that I had here. In fact, they've got the exact same one I have, which is Hodes and Hyman. Hodes and Hyman. So let me set that aside for now. And I'm pretty sure this one said Hodes and Hyman on it. Yes it did. And I don't know if that'll show up or not, but in any case, one I'm going to use today is this one here. The things they say on them shows you they're advertisers. For example, this one says the hardware man. Hardware, tinware, stoves, cutlery, guns, ammunitions, and implements. Viola, Illinois. Price for $1. This one here is P.H. Barger and Company from Bradgate, Iowa. Farm machinery, buggies, wagons, Auburn cars, and supplies. So price $1, and that's what it says in Weights Compendium, that they always say that price for $1. I have a ton of blades that came with this one. None of them sharp enough to shave with, but here's that one. And both this one and the other one, the thing slides off the front. The other one that I showed you also had this curvature here. One thing you'll notice is that the blades, when you despine a gem, you're lacking a few millimeters there, so it's not quite, the exposure will not be quite the same. But in any case, we're going to give it a shot. You stick the blade in there against that back. Turn it so you can see it, and rather than me, try not to cut my fingers. Stick it on there, and you slide it in to hold it all the way to the back there. And there you have it. This one's got patent August 31st, 1909. So I've noticed the handles, good weight to it. They seem to be secured to the head, so they don't unthread. So that's what we're going to give a shot today. We're going to use Gin and Tonic on the Rocks by Stirling, and some Pinaud Clubman Gents Gin. We're going to whip things up with our Jayaruh 303, which is kind of a copy of the Rubber Set 400 that he does in wood. Jim does beautiful work. All right, let me wet my face. some lather on this brush. So I appreciate seeing Freddie on that forum. It's unusual to see someone there that fools around with some of the single edges. Of course, you know I'm over on Toast 3. That's TOST and the number 3.com. I'll put a link below to that forum. That's where it's strictly single edge and not straight razors, but single edge safety razors that are used there. And usually a bunch of information there, but appreciate coming across Freddie's post. You got to start labeling what you're using, Freddie. If you see this video, I'd like to know what he has sometimes, and he just has his shade of the day picture up. So I inquired about this one, and he said he didn't know any more than I did, apparently, as far as the maker. So it's nice to know it is Unsinger. Very pasty still, more water. I think it was Unsinger. Yep. Unsinger. Like the sewing machine, but un. I think we're expecting rain here today in Kentucky. After a gorgeous day in the 70s and sun yesterday for work. Alrighty. We'll see how it goes. I've got a little spot under my neck here, a bug bite or something that I've clipped a time or two. And it's healing. So here we go with this Advertiser razor with a gem Despined blade in it. And blades were thicker back then and would be a little more secure in here. Fortunately, as you're shaving with it, you're pushing back against it, and it has the stop back here. So it holds its position. Again, although it is not quite as much exposure as the original blades had. You can still feel the blade slightly. And you can no doubt hear it a little bit as well, doing its cutting. nice scent from the Gents gin with some menthol in it. Kind of a juniper berry scent, as you would expect from gin. They are made from juniper berries. The flow on this razor seems to, as it goes over, I'm taking the suds off with the whiskers, and then it flows through and ends up behind it, if you have any gathered on it. Maybe why they came out with lather catchers, so you don't have it on your face there. You can have more strokes done without it flowing through. Yeah, it's a nice shade with this. Very good. As Fuzzy would say, very nice. Nice brush by Jayaruh. Check out his channel too, and he does some nice videos. What am I doing? Wrong. We did the across the green. Did I mention it's early? Anyway, we're on against the grain now. So I've had these razors for quite a while, and I've been remiss in getting to them. I appreciate Freddie having his out, which kind of spurred me on. Man, it's slick down there. Yeah, caught myself there. Alright, let's rinse this off and get a rinse. I think I could have thinned that soap out a little more. Was not rinsing off tremendously off of the razor. It's a little Thayer's Original. Yeah, grab that one spot there for sure. Just dab that. And we will let that dry down a moment. So there you have it. It was the unlabeled hardware store, basically. Razors. I think one in the Waits Compendium showed it with a hotel. So these were just advertisers. Very simple design for the blades. You slide that forward. Get your blade out. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this. It's a stainless steel one, but I'm still going to clean it. So it's a gem that's been despined. Dry it. Not carbon steel, but I still like to clean those up. And we'll set that right there. Alrighty. And the little Gents gin. So these blades, they have a little less exposure than the original ones, but still got a very nice close shave with it. Not an issue, and much sharper than the originals, which I have. I don't think I'm trying them though. Anyway, Dave in Kentucky, great shave today. Thank you, Freddie, for helping me get off the fence and get to going with those. Be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the pages. That's at DFS and at TOST3.com, the original safety razor. I'll have links to it down below. We'll see you.